We were ready to leave Kainuk, but the bombshell came from this petrol attendant. He was telling me on how the road we were heading to was very unsafe, but we had already made our minds and we were not turning back. We were ready to face whatever lay ahead of us, and his words could not try and deter us from doing it. So we soldiered on and faced the road to Turkana.
شقاوة فيها الدنيا بالله يا رفيقة تلقى القوة في حضن الطبيعة. الدنيا شقاوة فيها الدنيا بالله يا رفيقة تلقى القوة في حضن الطبيعة. الشقاوة ما ننسى فيها الحلاوة. الدنيا فيها الحسادة ما ننسى فيها السعادة. الدنيا فيها المودة يا إنسان فيها المحبة.
Stomp your feet, jump up and down, clap your hands and turn around, bend your knees, touch your toes. Now with your left hand, reach out and grab your nose. Say yeah, do I?
We had done several kilometers. We were exhausted. We were not already at Lodwar. So we thought of having a break. And, the exhaustion, we needed to hydrate ourselves so that we can get some energy and push ahead. The stretches were really, really long, and it needed that energy and that rest for us to really focus on the road. So as we were just alighting the bike, this car was passing through and they thought we had a breakdown or something like that. So they stopped and asked if we were okay, and we told them we were okay. And with their explanation, they said that there was no other town or village around. So if we had a breakdown, then chances of us sleeping there was so high. So we just told them we were okay, and we were having a rest for the next stretch that was ahead of us.
Stomp your feet, jump up and down, clap your hands and turn around. Step to let's go. Stomp your feet, jump up and down, clap your hands and turn around. Get on your tippy toes and do a
You may think that Lodwar is a town that is dormant, undeveloped, and all those kinds of things that come to your mind when you see a town in the north side of Kenya. But that was far from what we expected. The roads were well tarmacked, the town was well lit. This was another unexpected surprise that we had. These roads were nice into the town. It was unbelievable, the developments that were done here. After 690 kilometers, we were at last in Lodwar. A feeling that I can't explain. We were overexcited. We had proved the people who had told us that we couldn't make it to Turkana wrong. We had overcome the fear. One of our friends, where we had spent the night, had a plan for us. We were planning to go to Eliye Springs, but he told us there's a town by the name Kalokol, which is in the western shores of Lake Turkana. He wanted us to go and see that place. He said it's a nice place for a ride, and there was so much we could see on the way. So we packed our bags in the next following morning and headed out. We filled up the tank as we had planned to go to Kalokol, then Eliye Springs, just in case we didn't find any fueling stations on the road. Then we are sure that we could get back to civilization without any challenges. By the look of the vegetation growing along this stretch, it looks like a dry river. So this is a dry riverbed. It's funny that we are crossing where water flows and it carries away people during the rainy seasons. arrived at Kalokol pillar site. This site is known as Namorotunga 2 in the Turkana language, which means tip of stone. The site was originally believed to have been created around 300 BC, but recent excavation have yielded an older radiocarbon sample. We couldn't get into this archaeological site, but we just took pictures from the outside and continued our way to Kalokol town. Several hours later, we were deep in Turkana County in the town called Kalokol, a town that has a population of 28,000 people. Yeah, due to the proximity of Lake Turkana, fishing is the main economic activity in Kalokol, which even has a fishing processing facility. The area is windy, dusty, hot and dry, harsh even for the local livestock such as goats and camels, allowing only limited pastoral activities and business development. The landscape is characterized by lowlands and stretch of long lake. We are heading to the shores of Lake Turkana, the western part of Lake Turkana, and deep in Kalokol are the villages and the fishermen that do their fishing activities in their daily basis. So the plan was to meet the villagers and have a word, or rather encounter, and see how they maneuver and do their activities on a daily basis, as we know that most of the Turkana people are pastoralists, but then at this end most of them are doing fishing activities. This is a dry river that we were crossing, and the jerrycans that you see at the base of the river are jerrycans that the locals are digging holes at the base of the river, and there's water in there, so they dig holes and fetch water from there or gather water from there and take it home. So this place during the rain season, it floods and nobody can cross from Kalokol center to these villages that we are heading to.
في أول شي أشوف لما جيت للدنيا كل شروق كل غروب وأنا في حضنك يا أمي علمتيني المشي والكلام يا أمي شفت فيك الفرح والبكاء يا أمي اتحملتي شقاوتي وعذابي لك لسنين اتحملتي شقاوتي وعذابي لك لسنين تساهل الليالي بصحى بدري كل يوم صباح انتي قواي انتي عظمة انتي الحياة باركت في الطبيعة يغضب
She can pick you up, and she can lay you down, or roll through like thunder, and then quick skip town. But she's a white god made me, and put you in my hair.
The next place for us to visit was Eliye Springs. So after we had finished all our errands in Kalokol town, we headed back straight to Eliye Springs, where we had to spend a night.
No time. Yeah, I got a head full of words and can't none satisfy. Well, I got this rhythm moving in my heart. Oh, but no wind is showing, it's tearing me apart.
The road to Eliye Springs was another thing. This was a challenge. We had not planned for this. Riding on gravel, sandy road was something that we had never done before, so it was a big challenge, falling down here and there, but then we managed to arrive at Eliye Springs in time.
Love and soul until the day that I die.
If you have watched to this end, I appreciate you, and please share, subscribe for more videos like this.